Now we will be learning about the typical lumbar vertebrae. The typical lumbar vertebrae share some common features. Coming to the body of the typical lumbar vertebrae, they have got a huge massive body and the body is reniform in shape. That is, the dimensions, the side to side dimensions are wider than the anteroposterior dimensions. Also, if we see the height of the body of the lumbar vertebrae, the height of the anterior surface is more than the posterior aspect. This is also one of the factor which contributes to the convexity of the lumbar spine. Now, as we move on from the body to the vertebral foramen, the vertebral foramen in the lumbar vertebrae is triangular in shape, and this foramen is larger than the vertebral foramen of the thoracic vertebrae but smaller than that of the cervical vertebrae. Now, as we move on from the vertebral foramen to the pedicles, the pedicles are short, broad and thick. They extend from the upper part of the body. As they extend from the upper part of the body, if you see the two notches, that is the superior vertebral notch and the inferior vertebral notch, the inferior vertebral notch is quite deeper than the superior vertebral notch. Now, let us see to the transverse process. The transverse process of the typical lumbar vertebrae, they are thin and tapering and they are directed laterally and backwards. Now, at the posterior inferior aspect of these transverse process, you will see a small elevation. This elevation is called as the accessory process, which is also the characteristic feature of the lumbar vertebrae. Now, these extended transverse process are homologous to the costal elements of the thoracic vertebrae, and this accessory process represents the true transverse process of the lumbar vertebrae. Now, let us see the facets. We have two superior articular facets and two inferior articular facets. The superior articular facets are concave and they are directed backwards and medially. Now, if you see the inferior articular facets, these facets are convex and they are directed forwards and laterally. So, the superior articular facets facing backwards and medially, and the inferior articular facets facing forwards and laterally. These are the facets. Now, if you see the superior articular facets along the posterior margin, you will be seeing an elevation. This elevation is called as the mammillary process. This mammillary process is also a characteristic feature of the lumbar vertebrae, that is the mammillary and the accessory process, which are not seen in the other two vertebrae. Now, as we move on from the facets towards the lamina, there are two broad and short lamina. These two lamina join in the midline to complete the triangular vertebral foramen. Now, if we see the lamina, there is no or minimal overlapping in the lumbar vertebrae. If you remember, in the thoracic vertebrae, we spoke about the overlapping of the lamina of the thoracic vertebrae, which is not seen in the lumbar vertebrae. Now, as we move on from the lamina extending, you will have in the midline, we have the spine of the lumbar vertebrae. The spine is quadrangular in shape and it is directed backwards and slightly downwards. Along the margins of the spine, the upper border is thin and its thickness increases along the posterior and inferior borders. These are some of the features of the typical lumbar vertebrae. Now, in the coming video, we will be learning what features make L5 atypical.